writer. Mr. Jooste indicated that Paul O'Sullivan never indicated to him that he is not a police official. Due to Paul O'Sullivan's body language and attitude, he believed that O'Sullivan was a police official. He also mentioned that O'Sullivan made sure that he saw the firearm that he was carrying. Jooste only realized that O'Sullivan was not a police official when Lieutenant General Phahlane informed him.
I once again urged McBride to ensure that a thorough investigation must be conducted on allegations against me. I further cautioned him about the involvement of Paul O'Sullivan in the investigation. I made it clear during this meeting that I did not need any favors relating to the allegations made by Paul O'Sullivan. On Tuesday, 22 November 2016, in the afternoon, I received a call from Mr. Cedric Nkabinde, an investigator from IPIT, who informed me that he was investigating a defeating the ends of justice case against me. The case number is there, Camille Drift, subcase 123 of 11/2016. The purpose of his call was to secure an appointment with me for a warning statement. I referred him to my office and informed my secretary that I had agreed to meet with him on Thursday, 23 November 2016 at about 1400 at IPIT offices. This appointment was rescheduled to a later date because of more important matters which required my attendance. Thus, the meeting did not take place. On Thursday, 23 November 2016, in the morning, I actually was leaving the gym that morning. Peter Louis Mayberg sent me a text message. Is Peter Louis Mayberg from News 24? I was hoping to get your comment on the IPIT matter. I understand you have been asked to make a warning statement. Thanks. Around 9, the story was breaking news on News 24 and the national media. Despite the rescheduled meeting, because I was not going to be able to attend that afternoon meeting of the 23rd, which was already scheduled, because they were already gathered at the IPIT offices, the media. The media covered a story headlined, Phahlane no-show at IPIT. On the 5th of June, my wife and I were attacked by 3 gun-wielding men while at a spa in Duncanville, Johannesburg. I remain grateful to the Almighty that we survived the attack, even though we sustained some injuries during the unfortunate incident. Following the attack on 5th June at about 1934, the first person who called me was Robert McBride. Robert McBride sent me a text message via WhatsApp which read, "Just heard. Sorry about that. Let me know if you need help. Offer still stands." Which offer still stands? I responded at 19:30 to his message as follows: "Noted, with appreciation, kind regards." That's where I left it. I was taken aback months later in 2017 when I found out that it was Robert McBride who obtained a copy of the CCTV camera footage and recordings of the attack, forwarded it to Paul O'Sullivan's assistant Sarah Jane Trent, and Peter Louis Mayberg, who circulated such via YouTube with distorted reporting to the media. Robert McBride returned to office as the executive director in Independent Investigative Directorate from suspension on the 18th of October 2016. The attacks directed at me by Robert McBride and O'Sullivan and their sustained campaign through the media, both print and electronic, bears testimony to their control of individual journalists whom they weaponized against me. A propaganda machinery unleashed by McBride and O'Sullivan was spearheaded by a select group of journalists whom I know, by the way, and I'll name them here if need be. Marian Tem is one of those people. Who was this? The late Karima Brown? She's one of those people. Abraham Mashiro is one of those people. Barry Bateman is one of those people. Later that afternoon at 17:23, he forwarded a text message which he received from O'Sullivan's assistant, Sarah Jane Trent, via SMS, and that read as follows: "Dear Sir, IPIT investigation. By the way, Sergeant Trent works for O'Sullivan, is his assistant, but he's sending this message. I confirm that the case numbers CCN 20160-30085, a meeting is arranged for 11 o'clock on Friday at IPIT offices, City Forum Building 114, Madiba Street, Pretoria, nearest corner Schubert Street. We have confirmed that your status is not a suspect. You are, of course, welcome to bring an attorney with you, if you like. We look forward to seeing you then. Regards, Sarah Jane. This is clear violation of the IPIT Act, as a private individual cannot be involved in the investigation. This also ravishes the statement by Paul O'Sullivan denying any involvement by him or Sergeant Trent in IPIT investigations. It was after the telephone call from Frick Tereblanche on the morning of Wednesday, 16 November 2016, that I called Mr. Chris Yoste, the estate manager at Sable Hills, to establish whether any person could be allowed access to my house without my permission or making contact with me. This inquiry to Mr. Yoste was informed by my conversation with Mr. Tereblanche, who indicated that Paul O'Sullivan and his entourage were at the estate and had obtained his contact details from the security manager, Freaky. Mr. Yoste responded later on, at 13:24 on 16 November to my inquiry via text message, which read as follows. General, 4 people arrived at the service gate from IPIT. He wrote in his IDP, that's why in brackets there I've got IPIT, as per business card, and said they were doing an investigation and that it was confidential. They inquired about the builder of your house. It was mentioned that it was Freck, and Freaky gave them Freck's number. That's how they got to the builder of my house. We were told that they wanted to see the drawings of your house, which were shown to them. After this, they phoned Freck and then left to meet with him. This text message was forwarded with a copy of a business card of Mandla Gaiza Mahlangu. May his soul rest in peace. He's late. He was one of those IPIT Phahlane task team investigators from IPIT, as well as a picture of a white sedan, a Ford Kuga, with registration numbers. There they are, owned by Paul O'Sullivan, which include which vehicle the 4 people were driving in. One who is the complainant there. Now, is it ethical for attorneys to be behaving in this manner? In here, I've got an elaborate, I think it's, and by the way, Chair, I'm triggered by the presentation or by the leading of evidence by my evidence leader to raise these things or to respond to these things. JKP 30, what page is it? JKP 30? 30, yeah. 544. I'm still on the Phahlane task team, Chair. I did not go ahead of the evidence leader. 544, JKP 30. I think it goes until it's long. I'm not going to go through. Yeah, it goes up to 600. It's from 544 to 600. These are WhatsApp messages extracted from Sarah Jane Trent's phone when she was arrested by the team that did the investigation, that Camille Drift 12/1/2017. Now, in this, I'm just on page 545. In the middle there, you will see coming from Mandla, the late Mandla. He say, Ndlemesa should be next to be fired. Dash or dash DA. And there is on 546, again, Mandla, because they are reporting to the masters. We are seeing Phahlane tomorrow. You maybe have questions for him. So it's Mandla asking Sergeant Trent. We are seeing Phahlane tomorrow. You'll recall I spoke about a call that I received from Nkabinde on the 22nd of November 2016, and the morning of 23 November 2016, when I received an SMS or a WhatsApp message from Peter Louis Meyberg, and the meeting which I was to honor with IP that afternoon, I had rescheduled because of other commitments. So this WhatsApp, when you look at it, it was from Mandla to Sarah Jane Trent on the 22nd, and it was around 2:38. And this is around the same time that I received a call from Gavinde asking for a meeting, which I said, please talk to my office. Now, Sarah Jane replies to him, check with Paul, I think it's Mandla, check with Paul, please. Amazing, we'll send to you an email. So they will now go and formulate questions that must be, that I must answer. I must answer to O'Sullivan. One of the things that happened here, Chair, was that the same threat assessment report by Crime Intelligence, McBride handed it to O'Sullivan. When O'Sullivan got to the office, he was celebrating that they have got the threat assessment. That is why in there, I think even in the presentation that the council was going through, he said he pretended that there was a threat assessment. What he did not know is that we have that threat assessment. In actual fact,
And then those comments and recommendations which I read to you. There's nothing in this official report which indicates that this constitutes a security threat.
Chair, I know I'm not an honorable member, but
No, Chair, just before the General.
Honorable Malema, Honorable Scosa.
General, where they were making you to read comments and recommendations, down there, there is a comment that is handwritten. Can you please read it aloud for me?
thanks, Honorable Malema. I actually read this earlier because this is my
No,
evidence.
in this context, can you read it again?
So, this is a serious breach of the security of the acting national commissioner and need a criminal case to be investigated on the matter. This must be conducted as soon as possible.
So how is that not a security threat on a senior police officer? How is that not read to be a security threat on a national police officer? Is that not a way of saying there is a threat on the life of the national acting national police commissioner? Is that your understanding? Because that's my understanding.
That's exactly my understanding, and I'm being told I'm relying on it. I did not have to rely on this document because in the first place, it's not addressed to me. And the investigation that was done, the criminal investigation, is informed by this report. That's why I earlier said, I don't know. It was for that reason that I said there's Lieutenant General, blah, blah, blah. You get to a colonel. I was told about a Colonel Kruger here that I don't even know. But here is the report, which council selectively reads and exclude the comments which are in there to the person that it was addressed to, because this thing is addressed to the acting head, counter and security intelligence, crime intelligence, and to the section commander, counter intelligence investigations, crime intelligence. So it is there.
No, Chair, I raised this issue because it was deliberately left out, but there's a comment which I wanted to bring to your attention, which the SC made to the general, that there are cases, and the general asked the question, which cases, and he said, I'm going to come back later on those issues, maybe on another day, leaving that dark cloud hanging. Because if he had a case to raise, that there's a case opened against the general, you can't make a sweeping statement like that and leave it. The second point I want to register is that his attitude against the general is so bad. It's not of a person who's leading evidence. We are members of parliament. And then general responds to the attitude of our leader of evidence. I've never seen him do anything like that to any witness that came before us here. We might have issues with general. If we have issues, let's raise them in a professional manner and not in a manner that we invite a person to come and help us here and get to humiliate him in a manner he's being humiliated. He's just being very kind. If it was me on the other side, this thing would have stopped long time ago.
Though it would be unfair for me to ask that, because I was waiting for the evidence leader, because when he opened, he said, it's close that there's cases against him. Now, after I think we started on page, I'm still waiting. I think the evidence leader read 3 pages. I'm still lost. Said he's going to read to the general.
When Cedric was disclosing what he disclosed before the committee, I knew about it long ago, because he had deposed this affidavit in one of my applications. I was going to interdict the conduct of McBride and O'Sullivan, whatever was happening. I just want somewhere to put the document. 727. Open. Yeah. Okay. I think it goes to, first it starts on, it's 727, page 727, 4.7 and 4.11. In 4.7, Nkabinde say, during the end of 2016 or beginning of 2017, I cannot recall the exact date or month, there was a meeting that took place at Mr. Paul O'Sullivan's house, the former house of well-known Radevan Krecha, whereby Mr. Paul O'Sullivan was chairing this meeting, and amongst other people present were Robert McBride, Mr. Mandla Gaise Mahlangu, Cedric Nkabinde, Sarah Jane Trent, Candice from Crime Intelligence, Mr. Shadrach Sibia, 2 white males, representative, one from AfriForum and one from the DA, while white lady journalist and 1 black male who was busy preparing fire for the bride. This white lady journalist is Marian Tem. And the 1 black male who was busy preparing fire for Braai is Jacob Nari. Now, Jacob Nari is supposed to be a 204 witness in the Krecha matter. that was placed under witness protection in London, state cost, no proper approvals obtained. When he came back, and that's how I know about it, when